Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our golf scenario series. The last couple episodes, we've been dealing with the fallout from blowing up via grenade, which is just super fun. I have no idea how long hypovolemic shock will last. My guess would be about a week. So we're going to just plow forward, living our life. We're going to stay in the base a lot. Now is the time we should be spending reading books, setting up our base the way we want it. Things like that, just around the base. That way we're not out fighting. You'll see our stats are pretty well tanked by the status effects that we have. And we're going to be very, very thirsty as we continue to replenish our supply of blood. So that's what we're going to do, which is probably not exciting. Last episode did not go super well. I think I was, I don't know. Sometimes I just sit down to record and I feel like I can't do anything right. And so I end up just kind of talking over myself, kind of confused, meandering topics that don't make any sense. And I feel like that's what last episode was. And I imagine most of you can relate to that. Probably you all know what it's like to be a little lethargic or, a little terse and not really very excited to talk to people. The difference is I'm on YouTube, which means that I kind of have to do a good job. What is this? Clean water versus clean water. What's the difference? This is the water purification tablets. Okay. I don't want that. I want fire. We'll use fire. We do have some purification tablets because we have a supply of MREs now, which come with the water purification tablets. Oh no, don't pour on the ground. Pour in the container. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of water. You'll see we're tired again as well. We actually just slept like 12 hours ago. The character is getting tired more frequently, again, product of us being in shock, which is not great. I'm hoping over 2 or 3 days we'll get back to like minor hypovolemic shock, which should allow our stats to recover somewhat. But I'm worried about it. I'm a little concerned about what this is going to be like. All right, so let's go to bed. Again, I don't have high hopes for the next couple of days. We're just going to chill. Yeah, lots of people know what it's like to go, and we're very thirsty immediately. A lot of people know what it's like to be, a little unsocial or just having a bad day or whatever. It's a lot harder when, you're trying to put something up on YouTube and you're supposed to be entertaining and educational and all that good stuff. So I'm a little displeased with the last episode. That's okay. We can, in fact, get ourselves a question nice and early here so we have something to talk about. Click, scroll, don't look at it, click. Who gives the best answers to your questions? YouTube. YouTube does. YouTube knows everything. Let's have ourselves some water to slake our thirst here. And we do need to be eating because, again, with us drinking so much, it's going to fill our stomach basically every time, which means we're going to have less room for food, and I'm worried we're going to start dipping underweight. Still moderate hypovolemic shock, that's okay. Why don't we start transferring things from our vehicle into our base and set up our base zones? I'm not sure how close a vehicle has to be. Where's there a zombie? Oh. Pretty close, actually. Hello, what are you doing over here? There's a dog in this chain link fence as well, which we really don't want to have to fight. Do I even have my spear? I don't. I have no idea where I dropped my spear. Probably in the base somewhere. Or maybe I need to make a new one. I don't really remember. Copper spear, pretty well damaged. Huh, where did my spear get to? I wonder. Okay, well, without a spear, we're not going to be fighting. Why don't we quickly make a new spear? We should still have some sticks left, and we should have enough copper. We don't have sticks, I guess. No, we need a branch, and we need to start the fire. Okay, well, we can quickly get those things. Where would I have dropped my spear, I wonder? Spear. No spears. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where that would have gotten to. That's okay. Let's find ourselves a small tree to smash. I don't know if we can punch a tree. This isn't Minecraft. You smash the young tree with a powerful shoulder check. You hear crunch. Okay, just shoulder check the tree. That's totally normal. Who gives the best answers to my questions? Yeah, it's got to be YouTube, right? Like YouTube knows everything. Why is it showing no items? To the north. You must have a filter. You do. So let's grab these branches out of there. Okay, and we'll haul those inside. We didn't want to bring the corpse and everything in. All right, and then let's start ourselves a fire and make ourselves a new spear, which our old one was probably damaged anyway, so I think this is a good step to take. So let's start a fire. Step back so we're not inhaling smoke, and we'll make a copper spear. 3 hours. Sure, it's worth it. And every time we do this, we get better at making working copper, so that's something. And our fullness has gone away, so we can eat and drink again. Although, yeah, we're going to be dehydrated by the time we finish, because I didn't really think it through, and it's been, 3 hours of work. So, get items, wield the copper spear. Oh, there's other stuff here. What do you have? Some bread we could take and things like that. That'll get sorted when we start sorting out our base and setting up piles. Feel tired and breathe heavily. We're very warm, and we're down to mild hypovolemic shock. That is good news. And yes, that removes our status penalties, which is really nice. Yeah, no negative malice attached to that. So that's really good. Let's eat something instead of just drinking again. We really ought to put some food in us. Could eat some wet dog food. What are we going to be doing? Does our morale matter? No, we're going to be setting up our base, so the morale does not matter. Go ahead and eat that dog food. A lot of calories to it. And we could eat Food Place delicious food. It has low volume and high calorie count, so it's really good in situations like this where you're trying not to fill up your stomach so that you can drink a lot. But I actually don't want to do that. I like hanging on to that as kind of emergency rations. So we'll just have a bite of pudding. So yeah, just some dog food and pudding for dinner. Totally normal thing to eat. And we will drink until we're full. Okay. Let's, we could kill that zombie. If it doesn't bother us, we won't bother it. Where are you? Are you still over here? There's that doggo, and the zombie has vanished. There you are. Yeah, I think you're far enough away. All right, so what we want to do is pull this vehicle up to our base, because I don't know what the range is on the auto sorting, so we kind of want this to be right up front. I also don't want to back over the... Start up, please. I don't want to back over the baseball bats because they're pretty nice to have. So we'll just squeeze through here and hit the mailbox, because why wouldn't we? We will smash out the mailbox. That way we can kind of maneuver in here a little bit easier later. Okay, go ahead and stop. We are very hot, which is not good. I thought we were just warm. Hot on our torso. Yeah, and our torso is incredibly encumbered. That compression top is destroyed, which is funny to me because the motorcycle armor has such a good coverage. You wouldn't think it would be hitting our compression top. That's a problem for later. Let's go ahead and haul all these other goodies up here. What is this? Medium tin can. Don't really need that. Anyway, yes, YouTube is the king of answering my questions. I have lots of questions all the time. And between Google... Oh, so being outside, we're very hot. Being inside, it's just, it's falling. All this hot air here. Interesting. Go ahead and take off the compression top. What else are we wearing on our torso? The motorcycle armor, I can't give it up. It's just too much protection. That's literally the only other thing we're wearing. The backpack and the M4, well, those aren't contributing that much heat. It's mostly the motorcycle armor, which I guess we can take off, but I'm going to forget about it, and then we're going to get in a fight, and I'm not going to have armor. Also, I can lose the gloves. Our mouth is very hot. What is on our mouth? Knit scarf. Yeah, we definitely don't need a knit scarf. I don't know why I'm even wearing that. We'll go ahead and drop the knit scarf. I don't know. I go to Google on a daily basis to ask questions. Mostly it's innocuous stuff. Like we'll be having a conversation on Discord and I'll think like, oh, I used to know this, but I don't know it. Sorry, had a hiccup. Yeah, like, oh, I used to know something, but I've kind of forgotten about it. So I'll just give it a quick Google so I know what I'm talking about and I don't sound like an idiot. So I do that on a pretty regular basis. I ask YouTube questions when I'm trying to learn something new, you know. Sometimes during editing, I'll be like, oh, how do I, fade in a video effect in Premiere? How do I, I don't know, I can't think of any great examples. You know, how to animate text, how to give a fake 3D feel to text in Premiere, and then I end up not using it anyway, so it was like a waste of time to ask and stuff like that, you know. Just all the time I ask questions like that. Let us grab everything from around us and move everything but what is in the fire. I don't want to move like a flaming stick, so we'll put out the fire there. Search everything, pull it to my left, and move everything. That way we're not smashing these cupboards and getting, you know, like broken glass jars and stuff. Like here we have a jar of fruit jam that would have spilled on the floor. So let's move all of that up here to what will be our unsorted pile, and then let's pull out the ash. So like today, I had some questions. I'm trying to push more and more towards starting my own small business. It's something I've talked about for a long time. People keep asking me, you know, like I over the last probably week or two, I've gotten 2 or 3 people that said, hey, you know, do you have a Patreon? I would like to check out your Patreon. And the reality is, the longer I go without starting the business, the more money that's going to waste. Like currently, I wouldn't make that much from ad revenue. For instance, on YouTube, I'd probably make like 25 maybe bucks a month. Like really just not a lot. You can't pull cupboards. Okay, well then get smashed, fool. So like every month that I go without ad revenue, you know, that's just money that's going to waste. Like over the last 6 months, I could have made, you know, $100, $150, something like that. So every month that I go without actually having a business formed is a month where that money just doesn't exist, right? So the sooner I start my business, the more money I will make, and the more freedom I will have to make content. So like I've been kicking around an idea a lot lately. But in order to do it, I would really like to hire someone to make some art assets, which, spoiler alert, costs money. So it'd be really nice, you know, to have a little bit of money in a business account where I could just be like, okay, you know, I don't make a ton of money, but I could go on Fiverr and get someone to make me an art asset for $15, you know, and I could pay for that out of the business because it's for the business, you know. So I would really like to get moving in that direction. So today I was like, I'll do some looking around on YouTube and stuff and Udemy and check out some of these places and see if there's like a crash course for business. And spoiler alert, not really. Most of them are terrible or not relevant. So like I went to YouTube and I was like, how to run a YouTube business. And it comes back with like, you know, videos that are like, how much do the top YouTubers make? And it's like, no, that's not really what I'm looking for. It's like how to run your own YouTube business. Oh, this is how you get views on YouTube. And it's like, nah, I don't really care about looking for views on YouTube. I'm looking for actual business information from people who run a YouTube business so that I can get advice from them and kind of know a little bit better about what I'm doing. And honestly, YouTube is really bad about that. People talk all the time, you know, YouTube is like the world's second most powerful search engine after Google. That very well may be true, but there's a lot of people with clickbait. There's a lot of people with misleading, you know, metadata, and you end up with not really getting the answer to your question because so many people use misleading terms that it gives you a video you're not actually interested in. So that's some of my issues with YouTube stuff. But I think that for the most part, we'll remove all of these tiles. We're going to make everything unsorted. We're going to manually set up new zones here. So let's do that. And it can be frustrating. Like I really just want some tax information. So I was watching a video before I started recording. It was about just the basics of small business accounting, you know, what the different income sheets look like, and you know, like how to report, like what's the difference between revenue and profit, like really basic stuff. But I also don't know those things for the most part. So it's nice to have really basic information like that. So yeah, I go to YouTube. I used to have a mentor who I would ask these questions. In fact, he ran a small business. He's passed away 5 or 6 years ago. But he ran his own business. He was an electrical engineer, did a lot of security systems, sound systems for people, things like home theaters, stuff like that. So he ran his own business. So, you know, he would have been someone that would have been like prime person to ask these questions. But alas, he passed away, and honestly, we had grown apart anyway. So it's like, how close were we really by the end there? So it was very sudden. He just up and died. I didn't even know he was sick. We had grown apart so much he didn't even tell me he was sick. So I don't know that I even would have gone to him with these kind of questions. I would have, because I still would have trusted his opinions and he would have known these things. But I don't have that mentorship anymore, and that makes it a little bit tougher to figure things out. Especially, like, that's the main hurdle. Like, people keep asking me about business stuff. Like, hey man, do you have a Patreon? Hey, do you have a PayPal? I want to send you just a little bit of something. Or someone will say like, when you monetize, let me know. I got $20 for you. I got $50 for you, which is all very nice and is a nice sentiment. But mainly why I haven't done anything is because I get so in my head about, like, I'm afraid of failure, I guess. And it's a very scary thing when you've never done like business stuff before. It's kind of like, what if I do it wrong? What if I screw up the taxes and end up owing a bunch of money? Or what if I don't know, what if I report something as an expense that's not really an expense and I thought it was, but I screwed it up and now the government hates me, or like, it's just kind of scary. Like, I've never done stuff like this before, and I'm just nervous, I guess. I'm nervous is what it comes down to. I don't know. And then too, it's like, people always say like, oh yeah, I have a little bit of money for you or whatever, but I never know what to expect. Like, I could go today and go to I literally, there's an attorney like 3 blocks that way, and part of what they do is set up people's like businesses for them. So I could literally walk in there today and be like, hey, I want to set up a business, and they would take care of literally everything for me. I'm sure it would cost money, of course, probably like a couple $100, and plus whatever the fees would be for like setting up an LLC or whatever. And they could take care of everything, but like, I'm just so scared. I'm just scared I'm going to screw it up. I took accounting in school, as like part of my focus in high school was accounting and business management. But that was like high school classes. They don't really teach you that much. Like, the main thing I remember was like making up fake invoices. Like, we all ran our own fake business, and then our teacher would be like, okay, today your business needs this product, so you have to go to this other student and kind of negotiate for a product, and then you have to invoice it and things like that. And honestly, I don't remember most of that kind of stuff. So I don't even know. I don't know. I just feel so... I just feel scared about it. Like, I'm going to screw it up. And I always feel that way about anything I start. Like, when I started my YouTube channel, I actually put it off for like a really kind of long time because I was afraid to start, and I was afraid I was going to screw it up. And so I put it off for probably longer than I should have. What am I missing here? I'm missing something. Spare parts will take care of a lot, but what am I missing? Chemicals? No. I'm missing something because there's a lot of leftover stuff in my vehicle. And we're going to run out of space on our spare parts pile, probably. A lot of rags, I see. So I wonder what we're missing. We'll have to look in our vehicle here. Sorted out every possible item. Okay, jars and cans. The IFAC probably counts as a container, even though it contains... Oh, no. What is in this? 8 items. No. Contents of this pocket... Hemostatic powder. Oh, why is it not displaying those items here? Pick up the IFAC. IFAC pouch, 8 items. So why weren't they showing? Okay, well, we definitely want an IFAC. Let's unload the IFAC. That way we're not going to lose track of those items. And we'll drop those on the unsorted pile so that they get sorted into our medicine. That's weird. I don't know why that would be separate. Go ahead and drop. We don't really need the pouch. Oh, also the tourniquet is apparently armor. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that was an applicable item. Okay. Huh. And we also don't need this busted compression top. So what else do we have back here that we would want? I don't really care about the wallets and things. More wallets, rolling papers. No, you would think rolling papers would be spare parts. What do you fall under? The other category. Okay, well, why don't we pick those up? Actually, it's nice to have rolling papers in case we find some marijuanas. We can make one of those marijuana cigarettes I keep hearing so much about. Go ahead and drop this stuff. We'll keep the rolling paper. We'll drop that on our medicine pile. And this is actually rotten salad, so I don't think we need that. So medicine pile is here. No, it's a weapons pile. Where did I put my medicine? Chemicals? Where's medicine? Drugs. 2 to the northeast. Gotcha. So we'll drop the rolling papers there. That's where I would have put them if I were manually sorting everything. And we'll unload this rotten salad in the grass here so that it can be with its grassy brethren. We'll leave that there. Don't really need the Tupperware either. Actually, that's resealable, right? Maybe we should drop that in here. And you know what? Let's make a pile for containers. That way, like, our gallon jugs and everything will be separate. Maybe we should keep them near the crafting table in case we need them for crafting. Yes, go ahead and sort out the remainder. Oh, God. Oh, so loud. Hello, zombie. You would think it would have interrupted. I saw the zombie over here. You'd think it would have interrupted my my sorting. Okay, hello, zombie. I'm guessing you're the one that was down there that we saw earlier and didn't take care of. Probably drawn by scent or something like that. Or he was unpulped, maybe. Maybe we left a corpse here that we failed to pulp. We should have looked around, by the way, to make sure that we pulped everything. Which I never really did. Which is kind of important. You don't want the zombies popping up behind you. But okay, I think we're okay. Go ahead and go back to sorting. A little scary there. That sound jumped me out of my skin. I forgot to turn down my sound as always. Okay, so we should have a container pile. Yeah, with a lot of stuff I don't really care about, but that's okay. And I think we're good. Oh, I also removed the wood pile. We do need a wood pile. That will also be a fair bit of stuff that we need to sort here, so we'll sort that out as well. So there we've established our little base. It looks way worse than my bases normally do. This looks way more cluttered than usual. I'm not sure why that is. I think part of it is because I separated all of the armor and filthy clothing and stuff all separate into 4 piles. Similarly, I kept the magazines and ammo separate. Usually I put them together. So maybe it's just more piles than usual. Plus I don't usually have a spare parts pile. You know, I don't know, but this place looks terrible. Thankfully there was a workbench in the garage. Workbenches actually speed up your construction or your crafting quite a bit. So that's kind of nice that there were some of those in the garage. Why don't we grab the rest of random loot from this house? Also, we didn't put our armor on when we were fighting, which was a poor decision. What do we got back here? Some booze, some sauerkraut, and some cheese. Super exciting. We'll just grab some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm scared about the business stuff. I know, you know, and two, like, people always ask me, like, family and my therapist and stuff, people always ask me, like, well, how much would you make? And it's like, I don't know, you know, it's so hard to estimate. Like, my ad revenue would probably be like $20 a month, maybe, right? 20 to 30, 20 to 35, something like that is my estimated ad revenue from YouTube if I turned on ads. But it's so hard to predict. Everyone uses ad blockers, so who knows? And then on top of that, who knows how many ads are appropriate to put on my videos? I don't know. You know? And then it's like Patreon stuff. Well, how do I know what people want to give, you know? I don't even know what I would give people in return. Like, Patreon shouldn't just be, oh, hey, if you want to give me money, here you go. Patreon's supposed to be like, hey, if you subscribe, I'll give you exclusive content. And I really don't know what to do for exclusive content on Patreon. So, like, who knows? I don't know. You know, I don't know what to give people. And then on top of that, even if I did know what to give people, how do I know who's going to give me money? I can think of like 2 people who throughout the course of my YouTube channel have consistently been like, I'm going to be the first subscriber. I want to be the first person when you put up merch. I want to be the first like, I know some people are into me and want to help me out financially and whatever, but I can't quantify that. I have no idea how much money a person can make on Patreon or, like if I, like once I secure the business, I'm going to start a merch store as well, but not because I think a lot of people are going to buy it. I'm just going to start it because it doesn't cost me anything to start it. I can throw up merch right now on Stream Elements merch store, whatever, and it's completely free. I don't pay anything up front. I don't pay anything. If someone buys a shirt, I get a small portion. They print it on demand. Why wouldn't you set up a merch store, right? Even if you're not super great at designing t-shirts and stuff, even if one person buys it, well, all of a sudden you've made profit because it cost you nothing. So, like, I would start a merch store, but I have no idea. Would anyone buy a shirt? I don't know. What do you even put on a shirt? Like, so people always ask me like, well, how much do you think you'll make? I have no freaking clue. Probably not very much. Probably under $100 a month. Probably more like 40 tops bucks a month. But it would, like I said, it would be enough for me to start doing things like maybe getting an art asset here or there, or maybe, licensing a particular song if I think, I feel like there's a real reason to have a specific song or something like that. So yeah, it would just open up more freedom with that sort of thing. I really thought by now we would have a tailoring book. Oh, we do have a tailoring book. I was going to raise tailoring. Is that even worth it? Probably we should be raising mechanics and electronics if I'm really thinking about the future. I still don't think we have anything for the actual welder recipe. I don't think we have any of those books that would give us the access to that particular welder. So I think vehicle work is still kind of out of the question for a while, but over time we're going to want electronics to make the welder and mechanics to do vehicle work. So I do think those are the 2 we will focus on. And we're just going to chill and read because we're so injured. So read a little bit of Under the Hood here. Yeah, it would just be cool to be able to, I don't know, hire somebody for $20 to make a t-shirt logo, or to maybe I want to do like I've been thinking a lot, and we mentioned it in a recent video. I've been thinking a lot about like doing story content. It'd be really cool if I had a picture or 2 that I could flash up on screen during those stories, that sort of thing. Or I don't know. My goal was to, by November, have the LLC set up, bring in ad revenue from YouTube, set up a Patreon, set up a merch store, and then have a book on Amazon by November. That was my goal. I think the book on Amazon is going to be the hardest part because I have not been writing and I've been really neglecting that stuff. So I think I might pivot, and instead of having a book on Amazon, I might set up a course on Udemy or something like that and make that my goal instead. But either way, I need to start moving in those directions. I need to start trying, instead of just sort of stagnating and not really knowing what to do with myself. I really need to be investing my time and such wisely, and I feel like I've been really wasting a lot of time lately, and I'm not really happy about it. What pile is this? Is this my drink pile? I only have 5 drinks? Well, that's wrong. Where's my beer? Sort my loot. Where's my beer? Where's my drink pile? 2 to the east. Where's the other drink? Where's the regular drink pile? 2 to the southeast. Oh, I see. I have put them on separate piles. Okay. This is not... Oh, curry is a liquid. Okay. So this is my drink pile. Gotcha. I guess we probably just would keep drinking water. But you can have a beer because you've had a hard day and you're almost out of blood. So drinking a beer on top of a lot of blood loss should probably make you super tipsy or like instantly drunk or something. So that's interesting. We are on the border of weariness, and we're at about 30 minutes. So why don't we just call the episode here? Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with more in the near future. See you next time.